0.5 is the very minimum. Yeah, I think I left my big light somewhere.
Now, let me ask you this. How much does that cost?
All right, guys, so 1 hour later, we finally pulled up to the residence here. And let's just see what we get into here. I did look at the file. It looks like a heat pump system. Based on what I saw, we might be doing this change out, to be honest. But that's up to her. Well, I done left my headlamp. Yeah, I think I left my big light somewhere. Either at that last call. Because I don't see it.
We can't answer the door right now. But if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Oh, this is the wrong one.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? My name's Xavier.
Nice to meet you.
With service.
Yeah, come on in.
All right.
Have a cold day to be out,
Freezing, right?
right?
So what's going on with your system?
I had you guys out a couple of years ago for the same issue.
Okay.
So, like when I come in, and I typically, when I'm home, have the thermostat to 68. When I'm home, I'm not normally here on Mondays.
Gotcha.
And then it would say 68, but it would read 62, 63, and it would say that the heat was on. And during the night, I would hear that the igniter would kick on, and then it wouldn't ever start up with the blower, and then it'd cut off, and it'd kick on, and it'd cut off, and it never heated the house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds quite familiar.
Does it?
Is it upstairs in the attic or downstairs?
Downstairs.
All right, let's go take a look at that. Let me take a picture of the thermostat, set to 65, and then we're gonna see if we can
And so
get that to go again.
when I first realized it was doing that again, I got up in the middle of the night because it got really cold in here.
Yeah.
And I flipped this unit off and let it set off for a few minutes. I turned it back on, then I went down and turned the blower off, and there's a little blue box, and I turned that off, and something would get it to start back up, but last night it did it again. It never clicked on until the wee hours of this morning.
Okay.
So I think it's like, you can't do this anymore. You gotta fix me.
Yeah, let's take a look. Well, at least it got you through that snow day a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's when it actually started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the two things that I was turning off. And I didn't even know what this was called because, the flashing light, sometimes that'll mean something, but I couldn't Google what that would even be because I didn't know what the box was called.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see here.
That's a handy tool.
Yes. Let's.
And so when I would hear it during the night, it would get that part and then do exactly that. It would shut back off. It would never engage.
Yeah, it seems. I'm gonna check a few things out. I already know what it is. But I'm gonna check everything out. While I got you down here, I like to look at everything.
Okay.
I'll address the issue here. We do have a crack here in our exhaust pipe here, our flue pipe.
Okay.
Let me see here. I could probably
When
just.
they replaced the hot water heater, they shifted that.
Yeah, that could probably be a quick little thing we can address. But I'm gonna look at the entire system here. But right now, it looks like a flame sensor. And that's what this is right here. This, I got the power off. This is just your flame rod. And all that does is it goes in the flame. And basically, if the system doesn't detect a flame, it'll cut the gas.
Okay.
It's a safety precaution. That way, it knows that we're not just spewing gas into your basement.
Right.
So things get dirty. You can see this furnace is very dirty. Basically, the rod gets a weak signal, and it'll do exactly what you're seeing here. But I'm gonna do a full inspection here, just to make sure everything is solid. And then, oh, okay. And then we'll just go from there. Let me see. Yes, 2 years I've been with them, which may not sound like a lot, but trust me, I learned a lot over those 2 years. Prior to that, I did 3 years at Gannett Technical College in Lawrenceville. But definitely, in my opinion, I learned more in the field
Oh, absolutely.
than the textbooks. There's a lot of, I like to say, wild cards in the field versus a controlled environment, such as the school. This is so for this one, I may not. I have flame readers on my truck. They may not fit this this one right here. This one's a little bit smaller. But I can just probably call a supply shop and see what we got, or see what they have. Oh, door switch. So right now we're just going to get a reading. As soon as the flame kicks on, we'll get a reading.
And what does that tell us?
That the flame rod is sensing the flame. If it's a high reading, it'll stay lit. If it's low, it's going to go out. See how it jumped up to, now it's 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, and it's now 0 because there's no flame. 0.5 is the very minimum. We saw it spike up to 2.5, but as the flame, as the flame continued, that rod went down to, I think, 1.5, then 1.0, then point. It just kept going down. So yeah, we definitely have a weak flame sensor, and that definitely needs to get replaced. I'm just not sure we have them compatible with this one, but I'll check the truck real quick.
Now, let me ask you this. How much does that cost?
That's a great question. Let me. I thought I brought my tablet.
It's right here.
There it is.
I know the unit's old, and I don't want to sink a ton of money into fixing a part when the system is already old.